Let's get somebody new. He played a good game there. Okay, my turn to play a Sicilian. He plays the Grand Prix attack, the old version. Okay, he plays some kind of weird sacrifice. No, we're not doing takebacks. You got to pay attention to your opponent's moves. Yeah, it's just defend that pawn. Yeah, it's some sort of, it's like a reverse gambit of some kind. A Budapest gambit. He can take the pawn back. I'm going to get castled. He moved his knight again. Okay. The knight was in a good spot there. I'm not sure why he moved it again. Maybe, oh, he didn't want me taking control of this diagonal, I guess, and preventing him from castling. He's just going to castle. I'm just going to develop. And then put my bishop here, looking at his king side. That looks good. He's still playing fast. Hasn't learned his lesson. Okay, he's looking at this pawn. There's not yet a there's not a Greek gift sacrifice available. If I put my queen up here, he could put his bishop there. I think I'm going to try and bring my knight around. Yeah, that's true. He can take my bishop now. So let's see. I can take his knight, or I can move my knight and let him take my bishop. Let's take his knight. And need to get my rook out of the way. Let's see if I can do something with knight versus the bishop pair. Okay, we got our rooks to the center. Can push this pawn, but he can just push back. Can push this pawn. So maybe he's looking to do something over here. Let's just stop his queen from coming in. Let's go here. Takes it, I'll take back with a pawn, and then this pawn is going to be loose. Not hanging, though. It's defended by the rook. But I can get some pressure on it. Yeah, the queen had no real... no good squares over here. Let's chase his knight back, his rook back. No reason to let it stay there. Okay, double up on this pawn. Can't defend it. Yeah, so he can push it forward. He pushed. Okay, let's just keep pushing then. If the bishop moves, I can take this pawn over here. If this file ever opened up, I had the rook here with the big. Okay, so he stepped there. Oh, he can just take this. Yeah, that was kind of foolish. He didn't bother to take it, but he could have. He's just obsessed with the yes, with doing that. Uh-huh. So I just need to make sure this pawn isn't pinned, so he can't take there with the rook. And thank you for the follow, Mr. Better. Okay, so I want to take this pawn. Not so easy. I'll just bring my queen over here and chase his queen away, I guess. Okay, if we go here, don't think he can take it, right? If he takes, I take back, he takes, and then I check him, and he's got a back rank problem there. Well, let's see if I'm correct. Okay, he defended. I can force a trade of queens. And just be a piece up. Looks like the simplest way to win. Although maybe bringing my rook in was even better. But a win is a win, so. He can have this pawn, I think. Yeah, let's start moving these pawns forward. The caterpillar, the slow caterpillar motion of the pawns coming forward. So if he takes, I'll take it with the bishop. And I've got a rook here, and he doesn't. And he resigned. Okay, well, that was a clean win, I think. Time for d4. d4 or e4, I forget. I did one round. Okay, well, d4, c4, we get a queen's gambit accepted. Okay, so you're going to try and hold on to the pawn? That's unusual. I'm not sure about that move. I didn't want to let him take queens. I would rather have the isolated queen's pawn than allow a queen trade. There's nothing really wrong with the isolated queen's pawn anyway. Oh, thank you, Mr. Panda. Yeah, I want to get castled and put a rook here on this file. This is a weak pawn that I can exploit. When he takes here, he's going to be hitting the bishop and the rook. And yeah, I don't see a way to defend both of them. Okay, I'll go ahead and defend this pawn then. See, if I castle and he takes the knight and I play rook here, check. I guess he can easily block, huh? I castle, he takes, I take. I castle, he takes, I take. He takes, no, it's not a check. It's just castle. Don't believe his threat is all that serious here. I could have maybe just pinned that pawn too. I hadn't thought of that till just now. Why should I let him take it? Okay. The bishop is defending this square. Let's play this check first. Yeah, he didn't have to play that, but I'm glad he did. He could have brought his knight out. I think this is just a mate. Yep. Okay, well, that was nice. It's always good to defeat an opponent who plays, some crazy opening. Arobi. Okay, some d4 opening. He's going for the London system. And play the Queen's Indian setup against the London system. I guess usually I play this move first and then this one. But we'll do it all in one move order or another. It's a pretty laid back setup, so you can probably do it in different orders. You have to pay attention though. If he quickly develops his knight to here and to here, there's a quick attack on c7, so you have to pay attention. But in general, it's pretty easy to get to this kind of setup. So sometimes I play with e5, but that doesn't look like it works here, right? He's got two defenders, and I only have two attackers, and I only have one defender after the trade. And play with c5. If he takes, then that also takes away one of the defenders of the e5 square and helps the knight develop. So he doesn't take. I'm going to go ahead and castle. Put my rook on the c file. If he still doesn't take, I will take. And try and exploit that half-open file. I used to spend a lot of effort trying to get in this move, and eventually I realized it just doesn't. It's just not in the cards in this system. I mean, occasionally you can get it in, and it's a good thing when you can, but it's just not happening most of the time. Of course, if he takes with a piece there, then you could do it. So a knight here. I think it's time to push the d-pawn then. If you can't push the e-pawn, you can always try the d-pawn. If he does nothing, I will take and give him the isolated pawn and get a knight here. This knight could go here, this knight could go here, and I'd have a very well-coordinated setup, I think. If he takes, I'll take back with a knight and get something similar. If he pushes, I think I win a pawn. So probably, yeah, it's best for him to just let me take. And now he's got the hanging pawns, so let's try and get some pressure on them. This is well defended. This is only defended once. The problem I see is that I'm having a little bit of trouble maneuvering my pieces. Don't have a good square for this knight. Or this one. I really wanted to get this square. That's the kind of the ideal. Could I sacrifice here? He can take with pieces and not have to give up those pawns. I could take the knight first now, but then he takes back with a knight. I think I need to trade off some minor pieces to make my life a little bit easier. I put the rook here, then I really am thinking of taking this pawn. Now that made my life much easier. So I've got the queen on this pawn. I mean the rook on this pawn, the queen on this one. He's defended with knight and queen, and this is defended with the rook. But in general, yeah, you just play against the hanging pawns by increasing the pressure. The ideal position of the two rooks is here and here. So maybe I put my queen over here, put the rook over here. That's one idea. See where he puts his queen. He could try and enter. And the queen could still go here. Okay, but he's hitting my bishop. If I defend it, he can try and chase it away, although not immediately. Could drop back. Let's start with this, though. Defend it with the queen. Stops any idea of pushing this pawn. And maybe I can double on this guy. Okay, now he's looking to push this pawn forward, huh? Let's trade off that bishop. I'll get that bishop one way or another, it looks like. Okay, queen here. Looking at this pawn. For some reason I thought the knight wasn't going to be there anymore, but it is there. I could have considered moving the knight first, but I still was worried about this pawn push here. Playing against those hanging pawns, you want to keep them from getting mobile, if you can. He can counterattack this knight, maybe. He's not going to do that. Curious. Knight here to here. So he gives up a pawn duo, but goes for the passed pawn. All right, trades queens. Offers the queen trade. Yeah, not sure I have a good move. Okay, got to bring the knight over to defend against this passed pawn here. I do have an extra pawn overall, but he's got the passer, so got to pay attention to that. Okay, I'm going to start bringing my pieces forward. Let's kick that. I almost didn't notice that he was hitting my rook. I've been playing so sloppy lately. Okay, he's got this here. Let's defend against it. Probably should have played rook up to defend. Okay, 1, 2, 3, but let's see, what can I do? I can move my knight around. Actually, not so easily, can I? Yeah, let's just try and push some pawns in. Got to push the other pawns. If he takes here, this pawn is always hanging. If he gets it aggressive. Okay. rook here. I think he's going to run out of checks here. We'll see. And then this queen's a check. He was very vigorously playing this. Okay, now he's just playing on time. He decided to resign. Okay. Wow, that was pretty exciting. So I guess that's a good way to end this stream. Usually I'm playing chess on Sundays and Go on Tuesdays, but I missed. I was busy Sunday, so we got our chess on Sunday, and maybe I'll try and get a Go stream on sometime later this week. But anyway, that's what you can look forward to next week. Hopefully, a Sunday chess and a Tuesday Go. And remember to follow me to get notifications for when I'm streaming, and I will see you all next time. Bye now.